recording.
Yeah.
And now it's not crashing, so everything's good.
Yeah.
False alarm! It's crashing again.
Oh, my computer blue screens.
Oh, and it's dead. Oh Jesus! Please don't jinx it. Knock on wood.
It's fine. My computer's pretty good.
So, last time, some things happened. You're in the Underdark now.
Joy.
Fun for
Fun
you.
times.
Fun for the whole family.
Hooray!
You killed this this one lady who was kind of keeping you guys prisoner, and a bunch of her underlings, and got your gear back, retrieved your doggo and Timbertail, and fled the prison. And now you find yourselves facing this gigantic underground city. You see these purple lights, sort of purplish gems that are glowing this bright light that seem to be illuminating the city and providing some form of energy. You can also see way up on the top level of the city, there's a large tower that connects in a column to the ceiling. The designs across the entire area remind you of spider webs. That giant column way in the back has these other posts, these little towers that are popping out from the sides of it and channeling what looks like energy and electricity into the tower itself. And that seems to be the main power source for the entire city. Behind you guys is a couple more buildings, and then the wall that seems to lead out of the city. There is an open gateway there.
Should we book it?
Maybe
We book it, Smokey.
I don't know if we have a choice.
We could go sneakily.
Or we could run, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure we left people alive in there, so...
They're already
They're
on
going to be
us.
looking for us.
There is a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure there was more guards, and I'm pretty sure there was, like, another lady there. I'm not sure.
There was. We didn't kill her though. She was just in another room. So.
I don't think she realized.
Roll an insight check for us.
All of
Who
us?
it?
Well, Diana's the one that saw the other lady, and Faye as
Okay.
well. So you guys can
Okay.
roll insight.
No.
Insight.
Faye can roll with advantage.
Hooray. Never mind!
It does
what
not
a lovely
matter.
start to the game!
There was some other lady in there. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I mean,
You
if
can
the
try and
exit is-
sneak your way out, you can try and run, or you can try and fight against the probable onslaught of guards and things that are going to come your way. If you hang on.
That would be very much not the best option.
No.
Please, let's go.
Yeah, we can. If we know the exit's there, we probably should try and go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just run for it.
Let's make a run for it.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, you guys just fucking book it. And you you flee. You run by this main gateway, and you note as you run that there are a couple of guards up on top of the wall, and they seem to notice you, and they are going to take a couple of pot shots at you guys.
Good luck.
Da-da-da-da. Ooh. Alan's gonna hit someone. Let's
Too
have a
bad.
look.
Yep. Hits me, and...
And you die.
What?
Let's see.
Headshot.
Joking.
I'm
Okay, I was just like,
kidding,
oh
Alex.
great!
No, this one hits die.
Except
Actually,
except it
yeah,
doesn't.
except it doesn't. Right, so
When I saw the 22 and you
what's
said
your-
it hits someone, I was like, oh, that's press.
Yeah. No, it does manage to hit your armor class, so it would hit you, but
But
you
I have my
have
shield.
your shield. So it
Maybe we should all hide
it-
behind her.
Protect a small tiefling child.
Whoever was standing next to Diana would have been covered by the effect of the shield, though.
yeah.
Like there's a
Um,
5-foot radius to it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, there's a pating as this thing strikes your shield and bounces off and skitters across the rocky surface below you. You guys just fucking run. You sprint. As you run through the caves ahead of you, you run through a few different areas that are just sort of these what remind you of mountain paths way up in the hills that would drop down a cliff face into this sheer drop into nothingness. Being as dark as it is down there, you can't even see what's at the bottom of some of these drops. It's just black. The only light source you guys happen to have is the various crystals and gems and the like that hang around and seem to illuminate the area.
Fun.
And you guys just fucking keep running. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you just book it away from and try and put as much distance between you and the city as possible?
I mean, I don't really think we can just
Is there
chat
anyone-
while we're
Is there anyone chasing us?
leisurely talk as we run
You guys
away
just-
from.
You guys just fucking sprinting like, how about this day today? Am I right? The weather down here. Oh boy.
And my
Is there anyone like chasing us specifically, like running after us, or?
No one that you've noticed as of yet, but you imagine that they've probably raised some sort of alarm that you guys have like booked it.
Mhm.
Odds
And-
are they will probably send someone out after you at some stage.
Are they most likely to come from where we just left?
From the city, yes.
All right, so I'll just take the time real quick to just empty my whole bag of ball bearings. As we leave.
Your bag of what?
Ball bearings.
ball bearing.
It's little pellets that if they're most likely gonna
Just
fuck themselves
marbles.
over watching on it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Big fucking bag of marbles. God, this is home alone shit. I love it. So you're just gonna empty it out onto like one of these winding
Yep.
mountain pathways that are kind of narrow, I assume.
Yep.
Fun.
The
Do it, like, on a
entire,
corner.
like gradually as we go, I'll stay like a little towards the back so that no one in our party trips on it.
Yeah,
Is this Home Alone now?
yeah.
Also, like
Fucking
usually
love
a bag contains 1,000 of those.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's a lot of
Is Gunther played by Macaulay Culkin?
marbles.
I mean, probably could be.
Gunther, but instead of money, heroin.
Oh,
Oh my god.
He's doing better now.
It's me. I'm back. I'm Macaulay Culkin. I'm not on the drugs anymore. So, you guys, you just continue running
I cover
for
our
what feels like
trails with
hours.
ball bearings.
Yes, you drop your little traps behind you. Part of you is pleased with yourself. Part of you is kind of upset that you're not going to be able to see them go off and watch the hilarity that would ensue.
It's very
you
sad.
should,
It's very
you should
tragic.
save some of them.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh
like,
yeah, how
that.
many of your ball bearings would you like to use? Just all of them, or?
Well, considering it's narrow path, and yeah, I'll just empty like half of it, like 500.
All right, so I'll just use about 500 ball bearings. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, because you know
So
what
you
I'm
just
thinking is that that's probably
scatter
going to
these
be
in
useful
sections.
to get rid of some of the people that may come after us, but also, if we do that for too long, that's basically going to lead them to us. So
Yeah.
we do want to put some distance between us and the last time we use those.
Yeah,
So-
we're just spreading them on the path, like on the winding path that goes up the cliff.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sadly,
And
I
you
won't
guys
be able
just
to see them
fucking-
trip their asses off.
But you have the rest of them, so I mean, we can always set up traps.
I also have caltrops.
Can I get
Nice.
a athletics check from everybody?
Oh,
'Cause you
What?
guys are just athletics.
Athletics.
Because you guys are all just fucking booking it, running for hours in full gear,
oh.
and that's
Why am I having shit rolls? Oh my god, this is
Why
the
did I get
episode
nat
where
20
I
on
die.
that side?
having?
It wouldn't happen. To... I was
We're
gonna
not. Gunther's doing all right, but why is like I'm having really shit rolls? I'm nervous.
All right. So
Oh,
Gunther
God.
in his kind of lighter gear, and Lazira and her sort of lighter sort of get up, have a easier run of doing things. Diana, however, in her heavy ass armor, which she has a lot of, with their bulky weapons and stuff, and Faye, who's running alongside Timbertail and Moro as well, just sort of trying to keep everyone together. You guys kind of eventually, after, mind you, hours and hours of just straight up sprinting, you get incredibly tired and you need to find somewhere to take a rest.
Yeah, that sounds like something we should do.
You can try and push through it, but in doing so, you will gain a level of exhaustion. And you'll have to
I'm gonna
sleep that
say
off.
we rest instead.
Yeah, I'd rather find a place to
Yeah.
rest too. I have the boot camp. We have a
That's
fortress.
right.
I mean,
maybe-
yeah.
Is this a place that would be able to hold up the fortress?
hmm
I want to try.
You can try and find an area that's kind of like a flat, open plain of just stone. But
But I feel like that would be
It
like
would stick out like a sore thumb.
just bad from a
Absolutely.
distance.
So
Maybe we
You know,
should.
like a,
go on.
Oh, I was saying maybe we should try to find like a cave in the wall or something.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking the
maybe we
same.
should remain sneaky.
All right. So I will get. Let's get a perception check from everyone to see if you can find a little cave or a tunnel somewhere.
I
oh
ain't
my
seen
god,
shit.
what the fuck?
Well, you rolled pretty well compared to me.
On the other side, but I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me today?
Fucking Gunther, just like tunnel vision, like ah!
I see
Fucking
a
throwing
wall.
balls behind him and just sprinting.
I see a wall
should-
here.
he's just thinking about them ball bearings.
All right.
If only I could have seen the results.
Gunther's like eyes are fixated on the ground before him, making sure that he doesn't trip on a rock and fall very ungracefully as he flees. Everyone else, you all notice that there is a couple of little areas that are kind of sunken into some of the walls that you might be able to hide away in and tuck yourselves away. And there are a couple of caves every here and there, but you're not entirely sure what might be in some of those caves. So you think, oh, maybe not with some of them. Some of them are really dark and spooky, and you're like, some bad lives in there. So you find a little area you can tuck yourselves away in and rest for a while. How long would you like to rest? Just a short 1 to 4 hour short rest to regain your stamina, or would you like a long rest?
I would say a short rest for now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're still chasing after us.
I'm pretty sure they're not that far behind, and a short rest would be good enough.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
How's everybody's health doing?
I'm only missing 7.
Oh,
I
I'm
think I'll
full.
be fine.
I'm at full
Full
health.
health.
I could
We're
use a
full-
hit
I'm
dice.
pretty sure everyone is at full health except for Moro, I think.
I'm not at full health because
ba.
Faye slapped me.
Oh,
Moro, yeah,
Forgot about that.
Sorry.
It's
Gunther,
okay.
you can, because you're having a short rest, you can roll as many of your hit dice as you want and add your constitution modifier to it, and that's going to be like how much you heal over your rest.
Yeah, I was thinking of rolling 1. But it's
Yeah,
only 7,
so you
but
have-
7 is going to show later, so I'll just roll 1.
Cool.
Well, that's 7. I'm back to full.
There you go. Back to full health. Excellent. Perfect.
Good job.
Exactly
I'm
what you
gonna
needed.
say to Faye that I gave Moro a small healing potion, but he might need some more patching up to.
Yeah,
You know?
I was gonna use Cure Wounds on him real quick.
Okay.
Patch of
Let
the
me
dogo.
get that. Match up the doggo. Okay. Hold on, real quick. Fuck being on a Mac right now. 4. And I have to do basic math and like try to navigate through this with on a Mac. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That'd be 38. And then do I have any like
Moro is
basic
resting as
healing
well,
potion?
so Moro can regain hit dice as well.
Okay. So do you want me to roll his real quick?
Yeah, let's see. What exactly does he have in lieu of hit dice?
I just realized something I could have done earlier. It would have been fantastic.
Do I regain spell slots from short rest?
He can roll 2d8 plus 1. Sorry, you have what?
2d8.
Do I regain spell slots from short rests? I don't remember.
Oh, that was,
11. Okay, he should be at full health now.
Yeah, so wizards, druids, and warlocks recover spells on a short rest.
Okay.
Everyone else
But I
follows
didn't.
standard rules, but you kind of count as a warlock, so
Oh,
you get your
okay.
And bards
Yep.
don't.
I will take
Bards do
that.
not.
That's
Bards
fine.
need a long rest.
I still
Very
have,
happily.
I still have plenty of spell slots.
Cool. So we got everyone back up to your full health after a couple of hours of resting, recovering, sort of recuperating after the events of the
Taking a
previous,
breather.
what you believe to be a day. It's kind of hard to tell how much time has passed exactly.
Or kind of underground.
We don't have
Yeah,
a
with no
watch.
sun in the sky, it can be difficult to tell what time it is. I feel like someone had something.
I would know. Diana has keen mind.
That's what it was. Keen mind. Yeah. So Diana has an ability that lets her tell the time in situations like this. I think.
It says,
Maybe
you
keep
always know
going.
which way is north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset, and you can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard in the past month.
There you go. So your clock for while you're down here is Diana.
All right.
You
Which
go
shows
as
up
best
at
you can.
7 a.m.
But yeah, Diana, you think it's sort of mid-afternoon by this point. It's a little tricky to know exactly what time because you were blinded, knocked unconscious, taken to a fucking prison, and then woke up there sometime later. So your window of knowledge on exactly what time it is a little bit blurred.
Fuzzy.
Cute.
Yeah.
We also don't
But,
know exactly how long we've been here. Probably not that long though.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys ran, you've taken a bit of a rest, and you gather your things and continue moving on. You can tell that you guys are heading sort of a southeast kind of direction. To your northwest is that big city. So you guys just continue in that same direction. And just keep on running. You come to a point where there is a large, I guess like a canyon in front of you. You come down this winding stone pathway that leads down to this sort of plateau, and in front of you, you're going to have to cross this large trench that's there that leads down into God only knows where.
How long is the distance? Is
About,
this accurate or?
yeah, that's accurate. So it's about from this edge across about 10-15 feet.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Well, I am pretty sure Lysara and Diana have no problem crossing, but you guys might.
I'm sure Gunther could make the jump.
On either side of you are like sort of boulders and
yeah,
what
are
looks like
these
sort of
boulders?
a fungal bush growth that's tried to
We also have rope.
form underground here.
Mhm.
Is there anything that like maybe like a softer surface that I can probably like shoot an arrow across, like maybe attach some rope to it and like shoot an arrow across?
Oh, we can.
I was
No,
just going to
go
say,
ahead.
like, there's the ground here around you, and on the other side is kind of like dirt with stone beneath, and the areas like this are kind of just like stone walls, like cliff face sort of walls.
Yeah.
Actually, Faye and I could pass pretty easily. We have our shoes.
Oh well. Wait, how high is the ceiling?
I mean, they could help.
The ceiling above you guys,
Mhm.
looking at like maybe 100 feet, maybe a bit more. Like it's a massive underground cave. It's not like a little narrow one. It's just a huge open area with valleys and all kinds of stuff going on.
Okay, I
We
have an
also
idea.
Moro. Okay.
Yeah, the dog's gonna be a. You might have to tie him to your back or something.
Maybe I should
But,
have brought a
so-
doggy harness.
What if Diana and Lysira cross and we find a place to like tie some rope to, and then we send you the other end of the rope, and you can try and like maybe
Hi,
swing,
Timbertail. Just fucking
Yeah, he's there as
manifested
well.
right in front of us.
and you
I
can
just
try
realized,
to
like,
like swing across. I don't know.
If Lazire or Die tell Misty step to the other side, and one of them is holding one end of the rope, would that end of the rope go with them, or the entire rope?
Probably the entire rope.
Wait, so you want to misty step across with one end of the rope?
Well,
Yeah, like-
the other
and
like-
one's the other.
right behind?
Like say Faye is holding one end of the rope and Die is holding the other end of the rope, and Die Misty steps over. Does the entire rope go, or are they still holding on to both ends of the rope?
I'm pretty sure you would still be holding on to one end of the rope. Let me quickly check.
If anything, throwing one end of the rope to the other side doesn't seem like it would be difficult.
Yeah, it's not that.
Instantaneously teleport.
Okay, yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
fair.
mention. It doesn't mention anything about like you become ethereal or anything. It just says you teleport. So I mean, yeah, I assume that you just sort of move real quick, jump
Okay.
good, and just the end of the rope goes with you. So you would
Can we-
each be holding one end of the rope.
Can we hold the dog?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah,
Yeah.
one of them hold the dog. Okay.
I can do that.
That's an option. Yeah,
Guy's like, I volunteer!
I'll get.
Just
I'll
like
get a perception
teleports
check
the
from
dog.
everyone.
It would be what?
I'll get a perception check from everyone.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Why?
Wow, those natural 20s on the right side.
Okay, I'm just gonna refresh the page because I'm really nervous about this.
Oh, it's okay. Lysira's got it.
So I'm just like, I don't want to actually die. We have to do like something like a freaking dexterity saving throw or something, and I like fall down the cliff. Like I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna save. Like,
So,
God.
while everyone's trying to figure out the logistics of everything that you're planning, Lazira, you notice some figures coming down the pathway behind you. And one of them sort of yells something to the others, and they all come charging down the mountain
Okay,
path
well, we don't
behind
have
you.
a lot of time to figure this out.
Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
Joy. Thanks, I hate it.
I spotted a spellcaster. I want to get the fuck out of here. Okay, listen. Here's what we're gonna do, Lysara. We're not gonna have time to tie your like rope to anything. Nor do I spot anything that you could probably tie a rope to. Yeah, I see you're ready. Okay, I get it.
I mean, I'm just sort of like getting it ready, like for when if things happen in a certain way.
Wow, this sounds like a terrible idea. Who's up for feather falling down the hole?
Can you use Featherfall on that many people at once?
I believe
Probably
you can.
not.
You what?
I remember Featherfall. I believe it actually does like have a pretty big amount of number on first level. Like not like a huge amount.
It's 5
Which you
I choose 5 falling creatures within range. We're not
Do
5,
you really
we're
want to
6.
go down there?
No, I don't.
Yeah, and we have 6 people.
We have 6 people, so I wouldn't be able to cast Featherfall on at least.
Somebody go and drop.
What if I held the dog though, and he was the one that wasn't?
Yeah, I was thinking.
No,
about
unfortunately, you would fall
With him?
at
Okay, never
normal
mind.
rate. Yeah,
that.
wouldn't quite work.
Mm. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can take them, but like, I see spellcasters.
Yeah, and do we see like that weird staff thingy that they saw before everyone got knocked out?
The weird tentacly one. You
Yeah.
don't see either of them holding that staff,
But they may
2
have
in the
it
back
still.
seem to be spellcasters. So who knows what they can do.
Shit.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do something real quick. That may or may not help. We'll see. I use my Wand of Wonders.
Oh,
Run to
God.
us.
Oh no.
They said
Where are you
D100,
aiming
right? Right?
I believe so. Yes. Where are you aiming it though? I need to know this first.
Well, from where I am, do I see them?
Yes. You guys can see them sort of running down the cliffside.
Oh,
Right,
I have
like,
some.
pretty much. What's up, Lacey?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, you can tell me.
No,
I'm
go
just gonna
ahead.
choose this spot here, like right in front of
So,
them.
right in front of him. Okay. Roll a d100 for me.
Whoops.
Rolling 100.
Rolls 100. 100. Very good. 99.
Well, I mean, I'm not that far.
What?
Also, remember, I don't know what the list is. I never really looked at it.
Excellent. This is perfect. All right. So
I like surprises.
Oh, God.
I didn't spoil it for
roll
myself.
die. So let me just I got to do some rolls real quick.
Oh, God.
Concern.
I mean, it may give us some time, or it may not. That's a big game. Oh boy, that scared me.
Gunther, what did you do?
A little magic trick.
Oh dear.
Ooh. All right. Well. Okay. Perfect.
What does it do?
So you point your wand at them and cast a spell. And let's see if I have the right. I wonder if I have a cool little thing for this.
I am so worried.
This one will do. So this one, and this one in the back. You see all three of them sort of seize up and turn to stone. They're immediately petrified.
I think we can take that guy.
Oh god!
This happened as they were sort of like charging down the mountain. So he was there. This guy gets to about here.
Oh no! Does he realize?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Oh no! I mean, great, but Jesus, what was that?
A surprise.
Well, I'm not complaining.
What did the list actually say?
What did the list actually say?
Yeah, like what was the effect that it caused? Just petrification, random petrification.
I want to know too.
Let's have a quick look. See. They must make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, sorry, Constitution saving throw. If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the DC is 15. The target is instantly petrified. On any other failed save, the target's restrained and begins to turn to stone. While restrained in this way, the target must repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn, becoming petrified on a failure or ending the effect on a success. The petrification lasts until the target is freed by the Greater Restoration or similar spell.
So they're basically stuck like this until someone does that.
Yep.
We can just shove him in the hole. No one's
Jesus
gonna get
Christ.
them.
Okay.
Well, someone
So
say
this guy-
something sassy to this guy. It looks like you're alone now.
Not so tough anymore, are
Diamond
ya?
she's... Oh my god.
Despite what he looks like, this guy is despite what his mini looks like, this guy has a longsword and a shield that he's running with. And as all of his buddies freeze, and you turn your attention to him, he puts out his hands and he goes, "Wait." In common, all of you can understand him.
Whoa, what?
Good.
He drops his he puts away his sword and drops his shield and puts up his hands.
Okay, this is unexpected.
Yeah.
Can I roll insight on that guy?
Can
Yeah.
we roll
Sure,
insight on
yeah.
this guy?
Yeah, go ahead, you guys.
Now watch, there were actually people trying
Oh
to
my
help.
god! I'm really upset now.
Wow. Okay, it's not a great day
Our-
today. Ridiculous.
Aaron, Jesus has not blessed you on this day.
No one
Fucking
is
hell.
blessed. My only blessing was a 99.
Bless up DJ Khaled. So it's you weren't expecting this at all, so it's kind of hard to tell. Best all of you can tell, he's being really genuine and wants to have you guys hear him out. He's not planning anything shady, best you can tell.
Well,
Lazara takes out her gun and says, "What do you want?"
Keeping his hands up, he says, we can benefit each other. We don't need to fight. I would like to come to something of an arrangement with all of you.
Was that just like something you had in mind just now, or before those guys turned to stone?
He says, this is funnily enough all part of my plan.
What?
Your plan? What do you mean
Yes.
your plan?
You very quickly expedited the process with whatever spell you just cast, but this was very much my intention.
go,
Huh.
Okay.
go on.
Interesting.
Yeah, continue.
He says, my name is Minolin Hylol. I will write it in the chat for all of you because
It's in his
Yeah,
handout.
it's in the thing that you sent. Yeah.
All right. Well,
But
there we
it's
go.
okay.
We have it both.
Yeah. He says, I was sent out here to hunt you all down, capture all of you, and bring you back to Mesberinza Dalmas, the woman in charge back in Zonan Canaan. And initially it wasn't going to be me. The original job will have fallen to Zabrina, but she's been somewhat decapitated.
Diana grins.
She
So now the job-
bigger guns.
Hey.
So now the job has fallen to me, which works perfectly. If you'll hear me out.
It really
I-
sounds like you're winging this, but go on.
He says, look, things back in Zonan Canaan are not quite going the way that they should. Our people have for too long been following the teachings of Lolth, and it's done nothing but led us down a path of treachery, betrayal, and insanity.
And she does sound like
My
a crazy
hope-
bitch.
Yep. He seems to be telling the truth. He genuinely believes what he's saying. And he says, my goal is to do away with those teachings of Lolth, overthrow Dalmas, and have our people worship Illustre instead. It's very different, I assure you. But I can't do that alone. Dalmas is too powerful, she has too many allies. I need people that can get me a particular thing that I can then use to overthrow Dalmas.
What thing are we talking about?
Not to toot my own horn, but we did once topple a government like in one night. I mean,
Something tells me this would take longer.
Yeah.
yeah, but you know,
What was Faye saying?
I just said, what kind of thing are you looking for?
I require a very specific object, and if you bring me this object and help me overthrow Dalmas, I will help you all find your way home.
roll instead
well,
of
you're-
that last thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Same.
Oh,
Oh no!
what is wrong with me? I'm really concerned.
Don't worry.
Oh, no.
So the way this works is you're gonna roll bad now, but when it comes down to the really super nitty gritty stuff where it's gonna be life and death, you're gonna roll like straight up 20s.
I
That's
hope. I really
Totally the
hope because
trade-off.
this is
Equivalent
really.
exchange.
I'm really concerned. I'm like something wrong with like going on because it's all 6. I don't understand why it's all 6. If I roll a
It
6
is
again,
all
I'm actually concerned. Like I'm actually legitimately concerned if this is something that's going on with like the website on my end.
Did you get 2
Like
sixes
if
in
I
a
roll
row?
6,
666.
yeah. If I keep getting 6 again, if I roll again, if I get another 6, I'm just gonna like I don't know.
How many 6s in a row did you get?
Have a bit of a cry.
1, 2. There's 2.
Maybe if you get another 6.
No, there's
it's done.
3. It's 3 6s in a row. I'm actually wondering if this is something that's going on my end.
Shout out to metal music. So
Oh my god.
you let's see. So Lazara rolled 10. Blah, 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 blah. So Diana and Gunther, you guys, he absolutely seems to be telling the truth. Lazira and Faye, you have the suspicion that this guy's kind of just sort of making empty promises just to sort of be allowed to leave from this situation where he's clearly lost.
Hmm. If Faye has her hand on her bow, then just like not point at him, but she has it ready.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say maybe we could go along with this. It depends. I would be okay with it if it means I can leave.
It really
He
does
says-
feel like it would be a lot harder to get out of here on our own.
We don't know the place.
I don't entirely trust him, but we were just going to keep running for days until we eventually died of natural causes.
Or fall down a hole.
Yeah, or other probably worse things.
Say, I'm curious. Did people fall down the cliff back there?
That's a very morbid question to ask out of the blue. I don't know, maybe.
He kind of like gives a bit of a sigh, and then he says, "One or two of our warriors may have fallen for your elaborate trap." Yes.
Well, at least it wasn't wasted.
No, in fact, it very much helped the current situation. I assure you.
Oh my god.
It will have been more trouble to deal with if they had made it this far.
Good to know it was useful at least.
Surely.
Hmm.
He seems like he's put his sword away and he's dropped his shield, but his hands are still up and he's just like fucking ready in case one of you guys sort of like does anything. Like he's just sort of like anticipating like this really could go either way for him. He says, "I am happy to give you a map to help you get to where you need to go. The item that I require is a skull. If you bring me this skull, we'll meet up at a very specific place, and we can carry this out with very little trouble."
What kind of item is this anyway?
It's a very specific skull, not just any skull will do. It's very important.
I mean, yeah, but
I think a better question is, where are we getting it from?
I mean, he did say he was going to give us a map.
He slowly reaches around to like his back and very carefully, very slowly pulls out a sort of rolled up parchment and holds it out toward you guys, and he says, "I have this map. I have it pointed out on the map. I really need your trust here."
well, okay. Let me do something. I am going to put my shield down and my weapon away, and I am going to cast Stone of Truth with my armor.
Okay.
And I'm going to approach the guy.
Okay, give me just a hot second. 15-foot radius on the Zone of Truth. I assume you do it like once you get close enough that it's going to affect him.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's make a charisma saving throw.
I can't use cutting word to
do I
make
have- Do I have the DC written on there?
Hold on, let me see. Oh, 18.
Oh, so he just passed. But
Mm.
he the thing is, he feels the effect of the spell was cast on him. And as he reaches out the map toward you, he kind of freezes for a second as he realizes this. And he looks you in the eye and he says, "I completely understand."
Like, hellfire for him. Hellfire.
If I could do the same, I absolutely would. And he hands you this this little parchment scroll. And you open it up, and he points to different places on it. He points to one spot to the and sort of like the northwesternmost corner of the map. And he says, "Here is the city of Zernan Canaan." And he sort of traces his finger down to around the center of the map, and he says, "We're currently here, or hereabouts." He points to a spot that is to the southwest of Zernan Canaan. And he says, "Here is where I want you to meet me after you retrieve the skull.
Okay.
From here, we'll be able to carry out a plan, but understand that I cannot tell you the exact details of this plan yet in case you are captured and interrogated, because that would be the end of me."
Okay.
Also, and he traces across sort of further southeast of where you currently are, and he has another marker that's sort of marked with an X, and he says, "This is where you will find the skull." He says it's in a place called Fellar de Trima.
What can you tell us about that place?
That you need to be exceedingly cautious when you go through there.
Oh, joy.
This place is the tomb of a long dead, mind you, lich.
Oh, good.
Been there.
Would like not
Yes.
to deal with another lich, but
You have dealt with a lich before. Fantastic. This will be easy. He's
that's
dead.
what you say right now. But it won't be if we do.
Yeah, the
fight
lich
one.
that the lich that we took down was
I mean, it
So
was
pretty-
Vecna. It wasn't like.
Oh no, but like he had just like been resurrected. He was not 100% at his full capacity just yet.
Well, this lich has been dead for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. I can tell you through my research that this lich was named Acerarak.
Do
I
I
will paste this in the chat as well.
do
and
any
there
of
you
us
go.
know who have any of us heard of this lich?
Roll a history check.
Okay, if I roll 6, let's see.
There you go.
Okay,
See?
all right.
I mean, there
I'm
is
starting
a
to get-
6.
It's okay, sweetie. It's coincidence.
I was actually really nervous there. I was like, oh my god. It was just
Yes.
weird that it was just like constant 6. I'm like, oh god.
Hinton knows nothing.
Anything.
Lacey,
like, whatever.
guess what? I rolled 2 1 since
What?
the beginning of today.
It probably makes sense. That,
Yeah, but the thing is, I rolled like 6 like all throughout until just now. It's just like that's a little concerning. Like,
I know. It'll be
No,
fine.
it's
All
just-
right.
I know.
So the rest of you have not really heard of such a lich. Faye, the reason you've heard of this lich is because Drow culture and Elvish culture, like their history is in a way intertwined.
Ugh.
You've heard stories through when you were younger, many stories and history lessons on this Drow lich who Acerarak was not necessarily interested in gaining immortality and power so much as he was interested in tormenting the remaining mortal life around him. And that was why he sought to become a lich and become immortal, is because then he could forever torment those around him.
so he was just a dick. That's what
He
you're
was
saying.
just
Yeah.
kind of a dick.
So he's just his whole thing was just that he just wants to basically like bring
Watch the
torment
roper.
to like bring torment to like others and everything like that, right?
Yeah, that was kind of his whole
Yeah.
deal. And
So basically,
you
he was a
know
prank
that
YouTuber.
yes,
What?
100%.
I
was a
said, so
prank
basically, he's a
YouTuber.
prank YouTuber.
Oh. I don't know why, but I thought you said so he's like Freddy Krueger, and I was like, no.
No.
How
Like
how
Freddy
in
Krueger,
God's
but
name?
less fire.
I was just like, the fuck? But yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the ancient, long-forgotten crypt of Logan Paul in this universe.
Pretty much. Wow.
Yeah, but I will just kind of explain the whole thing with like, how do you say his name again? Azarak?
Acererak.
Azarak. Azarak.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's a bit of a
Azarak.
tongue twister. You know that this will not have been his normal mortal name. This was more like, as liches do, when they become immortal, they take on a name of their own choosing, and that's kind of a thing.
Or just edgelords thing is probably
to be more edgy, and that's kind of the one that he picked for himself.
I wonder if there's a lich named Steve.
probably somewhere.
This guy's just like, you know what? I don't feel like picking an lich name. I'm just gonna go with my name. My name is Steve.
If I was a lich, no. Honestly, though, if I was a lich, I'd straight up have like the most basic ass name. Like my name is Bob. Like I'm Bob the Lich.
Bob the Lich.
Or,
Steve Lich.
or Craig, even.
That sounds like a book I heard about.
Funny. So you he points out to this place and he says, if you are going to go here, you need to be extremely cautious. We have sent various research parties and wizards and the like out there. None have ever really returned. So you really need to be cautious, but I do require his skull. His skull has an exceeding amount of power within, and I can utilize this power to overthrow Dalmas and stop whatever ritual she is casting in that central column of the city. I have a notion that she is attempting to summon Lolth into being, and
Let's not do that.
What
Okay.
would
we would like to
happen?
avoid this. Yes.
All right.
What would...
Why is it there's always some shadowy group that wants to bring a god to the plane?
We just finished dealing with a situation like this. What the fuck?
What
It's
would
as though
happen
they
if
never
it-
learn.
What would happen if it actually came through?
Bad things.
We would serve under Lolth for practically an eternity.
That sounds awful. I want out.
With her power, possibly overtake the underdog and send more and more raids to the surface in an attempt to take over the above ground world as well.
So
I would
basically
like
the
to avoid
apocalypse,
this.
but with spiders.
Yes, essentially.
This
Spider
again.
apocalypse.
Lots and lots of spiders.
It would be a spider apocalypse.
I assume Diana would know just, basic things about drow culture and how they work. How things are for them. Since, he's explaining the whole log situation, I assume she understands what he's talking about. I assume she would know that him doing this as a male in such a culture, he's really, risking his life. So
Absolutely. Just having this conversation would be treason and grounds for execution.
So I think that leads me to believe that this guy, he has to be telling us the truth.
At this point, I trust him, so I don't have any problem helping, so long as we can leave.
Well,
And survive.
You hear a voice from behind all of you say, Timbertail would like to go home.
I understand
Yeah.
how you feel.
we would all like to go home.
This is the only lead we've got.
Well, You got yourself a deal.
Yep.
Yeah, he says, "Splendid," and he reaches out a hand for a handshake.
I shake his hand.
All right, and he goes, "Oh, one more thing," and he points north of about probably a day's trek north of the tomb that you guys are going to. And there's like another area that's sort of like colored in red and with a big cross over it. And he says, "Avoid that place as much as possible. If you go there, you'll certainly be slain, and that helps none of us."
What is it?
That is Ebonfort, the stronghold of the Duergar, which are, well, dark dwarves.
Okay.
Oh, great. You know, the real dwarves don't even like elves to begin with, so I don't even want to deal with dark dwarves.
We have been at war with them for millennia.
And we'll do our best to avoid them.
Yeah.
That would be wise.
Well. Before we get going, I'd like to know, I assume you're aware of the circumstances in which we were captured.
Quite aware, yes.
What was that whole thing all about? Why are you guys messing with the dwarves? Well, the other dwarves.
Well, there was a time long ago where we would send raids up to the surface to attempt to, well, spread our rule in a way, I suppose. But we sealed off that entrance many, many thousands of years ago. I think that our leaders back then decided that it would be best to gather our forces, become stronger, overtake the Underdark in its entirety first, and then move on the surface. If I would have it my way, under the teachings of Illustre, we would instead seek peace with the above world, form trade, form negotiations for allying with them, instead of the much more violent approach that Dalmas and her teachings under Lolth would have her do.
This guy seems fairly educated.
He does.
Faye kind of like just, steps
Can I roll
forward and
insight on
says,
that?
"Oh, okay."
Sorry,
Oh yeah, go ahead. I just like. Can I
Oh,
roll
no,
insight
it's
on that?
okay.
So, insight from Diana, and Faye steps ahead and says what?
She just goes, what exactly were you guys planning to do when we were captured back in, the cell and everything? They said something about us being vessels. What exactly is that supposed to mean? What exactly are they planning?
I believe that their plan was to, well, torture all of you, brainwash all of you, and have you work for them as an envoy to bring about their somewhat apocalyptic coming to the surface world. Their goal was essentially to reprogram you as agents to send you up and have you clear the way for the rest of our invading party.
Oh, I'm glad to know we avoided that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have to cross this chasm to get there, but yes, you'll have to go out there, be exceedingly careful in retrieving the skull, Bring it back to me at the point I've shown on the map. He points again to the spot to the southwest of Zone and Canaan, which is the Drow City. And he says, bring it back to me here. Please come back alive.
We get that a lot.
Oh man, I've heard that so many times this past month.
Usually we make it, so...
No, what do you mean usually? We're all here.
Yeah, you're right.
Did one of us die when we weren't looking?
Actually, yes, one of us did die.
God damn it.
That doesn't count. Did I get it? I assume that was a really bad roll. I don't think I.
What exactly were you rolling insight on?
I don't know. It piques my interest that you're educated for a male drow.
You get the sense that he is educated of his own doing. Like he spent a long time amongst books and scholars and the like, just sort of learning by passing.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems like a fairly intelligent fellow.
Well, it looks like this is what we're doing to get home.
Sounds like it.
It does also kind of, I mean, it would be a problem if they did actually summon Lolth and what should happen just in general, so...
Yeah, sounds bad. Says, excellent. Now, punch me in the face.
Okay. This guy has some weird teeth. Can I roll
Are you
to see
sure?
if that's his teeth?
Sure. Roll an insight check.
Yeah! Watch me roll another 6. Okay, no, it's not another 6.
I mean, I get why he's doing it.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
joking.
right.
I'm joking.
Um,
You don't have to actually use that. I was just joking.
You can't quite get a feel on what he's into, but you get a sense that he's got something that he's into.
Okay.
Trolls are so freaking weird.
Dinah just kind of laughs a little and she says, yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay.
He
And she
says-
cracks her knuckles.
he kind of rolls one of his shoulders and sort of like leans in ready for the punch, and he says, now, don't hold back. We need to make it real.
All right.
Don't kill him. Don't actually kill Diana.
It's fine. It's just a punch.
That's what you said last time.
That would be strength.
Yeah, 1d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency, like a normal to hit.
I don't.
So
Okay, what was that?
1d20
1d20.
plus your strength plus your proficiency. So it'll be 1d20 plus 6.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, actually, you would hit him automatically, like he's leaning into it. But
Mhm.
roll to see if you crit.
Okay.
Does he die if we crit?
No.
1d20.
I mean, we might knock him out if
Like,
anything.
Oh my
Excellent.
god. Dead.
Roll 1d6 plus your
Oh,
strength.
hold on, guys. Jake lost connection.
Oh no.
God.
It's 1d6 plus 3 then?
Yeah. Let's wait for Jake to get back.
Yeah, just doing the.
Yeah. There he goes.
All right.
Want me to stop recording for now?
No, don't stop recording, please, because that'll fuck with all my time codes. I'll
Well,
edit this
that's
out.
why I
too.
was
It's
asking.
probably easier to just like cut
That
the
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty easy.
because I have like a timer going, and I have a little notepad document with all like the times that I need to chop bits out or
Oh, I
No,
know. I was
add in
just
images or whatever.
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Just keep it rolling.
All right. Gives me some time to write notes,
Okay.
more or less.
It's probably also worth noting. I did the spell with the Wand of Wonders wrong, but it's fine.
Oh my god.
What was it supposed to do?
If you didn't target a specific creature, then the spell would instead backfire and roll on you, and you would have to roll against the thing. But I'd already started rolling for them, and I was like, "Ah, fuck it, this one's fine."
Oh.
Well, I'll be more careful and
about the
target.
Wand of Wonders. It's also a gamble.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I was asking beforehand, like before you rolled, like I need to know where you're aiming at. If you're aiming at an area, if you're aiming at a thing.
Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna
Specifically,
Let's start
directly
aiming at like
something.
yeah, please.
Yeah, I don't want to turn to stone again. Well, there is the chance of turning to stone.
Again?
No, I say again, but I just meant like not risking that chance again.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had turned to stone again at one point. At one point, I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?
Did I miss
What
that?
did I miss? Yeah. Did
Where
I miss
were
that session all of a sudden? Like,
Where were you
was
guys?
this session 0?
Where were you guys when I needed your help the most?
you don't remember that? It was a bad time.
They drank too much. That's why they don't remember.
Yeah.
You're back.
They drank to forget.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Oh, he's back! Yay!
Awesome.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay, what happened?
I punched him in the
So-
face.
Yeah.
Terrific. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
So, Diana, you reel back and just fucking swing forward and connect with him. Like it just goes straight to the middle of his face and just smack. And you hear it like echo along the impact echoes along like this area you guys are in, like bounces off the walls and everything. It's like, whoa.
I
quite a
imagine the
mighty
party
punch.
just cringing like, oh.
And he
Told you not to
kind of
kill
like
him.
he stumbles slightly and kind of like regains his composure and like he's a bit busted up, like his nose is bleeding and everything. He's like, excellent. Now stab me real quick.
What?
Are
Sure.
you
Lazire walks up and stabs him.
Terrific. So Lazira just excitedly, like, oh fuck yeah, walks up. What weapon are you stabbing him with?
nowhere vital, okay?
A regular dagger.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you can roll your damage with the dagger.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't use Heaven Piercer on that guy.
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
That's why I was asking like specifically, like, oh boy.
Which
Please
one?
don't use it.
So you
It sounds like we need
Sort
him
of-
alive, so
jam your knife into him and pull it back out, and he kind of like grabs that spot like lower down where it's like not quite vital organs, but like enough to be like considerable damage. And you see like blood kind of leaking through his fingers. And he kind of looks down at the wound before like applying pressure, and he goes, "Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back to Zen and Canaan. You guys continue forward.
are you gonna be alright?
I'll be fine. Don't worry. I'll go back. I'll express to them that I'm keen for revenge. They'll understand, and I'll recover. But during that recovery period, I will organize for our infiltration into Zone and Canaan after we meet up. So I will meet you at that meeting point in a good few days' time.
Alright. You got it.
All right." He he turns and begins sort of stumbling back up the path around like the other frozen drow, and he calls out over his shoulder like, "Don't fall down the canyon either."
All right.
Just-
No promises.
We're fine.
Continue.
Can we use
I don't know
these-
about the others, but
Can we use these dead guys as a bridge? Probably not.
Oh my god.
It's a I mean,
They're not tall
the way
enough.
that they're standing, there might be some way to kind of like stack them together and lay them out. They're all entirely made of stone, though, so they're going to be real fucking heavy.
Yeah. At this point, I just say fuck it. And
I can't rotate my mini.
You can't rotate your mini?
No, I don't know why. It's not letting me. I can move it, but it's not letting me rotate it.
You can't grab like the little.
I can grab it, but it's just not letting me. Let me see if I
Huh.
can like maybe it's just the website being weird or something.
Yeah, if you refresh, it might be fine. So yeah, he sort of cautiously stumbles his way back up the winding mountain path and makes his way back toward the city.
Well. Oh yeah, okay, now I can.
Yeah.
I say to the rest of the party, well, he let me punch him in the face, so I trust him.
Jesus.
okay, so how are we gonna cross this thing?
Well, at least now we have time to think about it.
How big is the gap again? About 10 feet?
10
10,
feet.
15 feet, yeah.
Yeah. Depends on where you're standing, really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In this area here, that's 10 feet. Yeah.
It's a bit further than that.
Well, like I said, Listar and Diana wouldn't really have a crossing, but you guys.
Well, I mean, for
Might.
me specifically, maybe Faye also probably wouldn't be a problem because we can just kind of like jump and try to like stick to the wall and just climb it up.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. What if Lysira and Diana cross? Maybe one of us can try and bring Moro along. We can just like carry him because he would be a problem. And once we're on the other side, we can try to find something sturdy to tie some rope to and throw the other end at you guys, and you can try to like swing across, maybe wearing your special
Spider
shoes.
boots. Because the thing
Yeah.
is, we can just at least get across and like. land
Yeah,
on
if
the
you
ledge, we
at
can
least
walk
hit
up.
the wall with your feet, like if you swing across, you're good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe
Okay.
cast Featherfall on like Gunther should cast Featherfall on Faye and like Gunther, so that way like if we start falling, we don't just plummet down like really quickly.
Yeah, that means
We may be
needs to
able
be. That's something I need to do when we're falling.
Okay.
If we're not falling, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you want to try that plan?
I'm mostly worried about Timbertail.
Well, we can get him to tie himself up with the rope when he jumps over. Like that's what we've been doing when we've had to like jump across.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might go. Yeah, that might go work.
Well, we
He also climbed on top of that like cave wall, so if he can just like sort of like us, like if he can just get to the ledge, he can probably climb his way up.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a climby boy.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys really just need to swing across.
Yeah.
So, well, I assume Lysar and Diana are probably like going back and forward about this. So once we decide on what to do, we explain the plan to the rest of the party and Timbertail.
Mhm.
Timbertail.
Timbertail agrees with this plan.
All right. pick Moro up.
Diana just like, yoink, my dog now.
Just walked over and steals Faye's dog.
So, did you say you were
She
gonna
just Misty Step and she's like, so long, suckers.
It runs away with your dog.
So you said you're gonna Misty Step across while holding Moro?
Yeah, apparently that's okay. So yeah, I approached Moro and I pick him up.
Because if anything, if you feel confident enough, I could give you a boost with a spell I have.
Huh?
I could always give you a boost with an enhanced ability to give, like, if you want to jump across instead.
I really rather not jump.
Yeah, no, don't risk it.
We've been rolling
Especially
really
not while
badly.
holding a dog, an entire wolf.
Yeah,
Like-
okay. Forget I said
I don't think
anything.
he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be quite thrilled with.
I don't think anyone would be.
So yeah, I pick him up and I approach the edge here, and I miss a step across.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
Okay.
same.
All right. Is one of you holding an end of rope?
I guess Asara could do that.
Yeah, I
Because I
can
was
do
like, wait, don't just jump across, because then we have to like. By the way, we don't have a rope on this side now. I guess you guys are on your own.
Yeah. So you grab one of the ends of rope and warp across with it. And I'll get you to make a perception check.
Who?
Everyone?
As the two of you are just
Oh, us?
Diana and Lazara. As the
You
two of
guys
you are
looking for something
engulfed in
sturdy.
silvery mist,
No.
and then you
No.
walk across. Alrighty. So the two of you searching together happen to find sort of over here a sort of a stalagmite that's pointing up out of the rock face, and you tie the rope around that nice and sturdy with your rope tying expertise, Lazara.
It's so funny that that's the thing, but like, I mean, it makes sense.
Gunther's all like, I have really good rope tying skills too.
I was gonna say that's a weird way to spell Gunther.
The other end of the rope reaches to about there.
Alright? Is there
Okay.
anywhere to
Okay, that's
tie
Well,
it?
yeah, you might want to tie like yourselves up. Maybe Faye should go first because
Yeah,
if we
I was
need
gonna
to,
say
like,
I will go.
yeah,
I put
Okay.
my
So-
spider, my boots of spider climbing on first though, for
yeah,
doing
do
that.
that.
Sure, you have your big
And,
spider climbing on. Tie yourself with the rope, and you just run and jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. If I,
Just for extra measure, Diana's going to be holding onto the rope as well.
Yeah, Lazara's
Yeah.
gonna be doing the same.
All right. So that'll be an acrobatics check from Faye.
oh boy, here we go. Oh my god!
Oh,
Why am I rolling sixes? Why? Why is it
That's-
6?
Crazy. I mean, you're
So you run and jump, and you just fall short and swing down, but you manage to catch your feet on the edge of the cliff face, and using
Okay.
the rope, you walk yourself up and join the others.
Jesus fucking Christ!
we took extra measures. It's fine. Go hold your dog.
Motherfucking my lil.
He might be mad at you for something.
So you untie the rope. What would you like to do now?
You
Me?
shoot it across, probably.
Yeah, I'll just tie it to an arrow and just like
Fire it back
shoot
across.
it across. Yeah, and like just tell everyone to just stand back in case I fucking miss.
Yeah, we'll move all the way
Alright.
here.
It's alright, I'm not going to make you roll for it. You can purposefully miss your shot with your arrow.
Well, I'm just gonna like fire my arrow like here, just so that way, like even if it
Yeah.
doesn't stick to the wall, the rope's on the across.
The Pachu...
Do I still have to
Um,
roll for it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So you fire your arrow
I'm like
across with the
nervous.
rope
I'm
attached.
shook.
Timbertail goes and grabs hold of the rope and starts tying it around himself. And he says Timber Tail will jump next.
All right.
All right.
Easy. All right, so Timber Tail just takes a running jump and leaps all the way across to the edge.
Oh my god.
And his feet land like right on the edge. He kind of like waves his arms in a circle to steady himself, and then leans forward. And he's landed. He
Awesome.
he smiles a big toothy smile, and then he takes off the rope and hands it back to Faye, and then steps out of the way.
Just fired their
Zyra
arrow
gives him a
over
high
across.
five.
Yeah, he
Okay.
high fives you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I fired the arrow across. Good there.
All right. And I'll tie it up around myself.
Alrighty.
And
Gunther rolls acrobatic.
All right. Nailed it.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Well, your acrobatics are actually pretty high.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have proficiency in it.
Nice.
What do you not have
with where
proficiency on?
Diana's standing, I was fully expecting like him to jump across and her to just hold up a shield. He just collides with it and falls. Just like blocks the shit out of him, like
Oops.
bam, gotcha, bitch.
But
But yeah, Gunther makes it straight across to the other side.
to answer
no
your
worries.
question, Chris, there are 6 skills I don't have proficiency in.
Okay. That's a lot.
Bards
So-
and rogues, dude. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I didn't think this through when I made that. I was like, oh wait, I come with a bunch of proficiencies.
Yeah, let's just have utility in everything.
It just, at this point, it just
Alright.
matters where I want to put my expertise in.
Yeah. So you untie the rope, and
take it back.
whoever's rope it was, you hand it back to them. I'm not sure if that was specified whose rope it was, but here we are.
Well, it doesn't matter. We were getting it back anyways.
Yeah, so we got it back.
Yeah.
So, well, at least crossing this fucking hole ground will put some distance between us and the drow.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. If there's any
Alright.
left following us at this point.
And probably not right now, but eventually. Yeah.
All right. So you continue forward. You have to make a sort of a rest because you travel for several hours before getting closer to your destination. So you take. Do you want a short rest or a long rest?
Hmm.
We've traveled
What time
a
is it at this
while.
point?
At this point, it's by the time it gets to this point where you need a rest, it's quite late. It would be pretty late at night, like the time you would normally be getting some rest.
We should find a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should find a place to spend the night.
I have the boot
Okay.
camp.
So you you find a sort of nook against some of the cave wall and against some of the cliff faces as you trek through that kind of juts into the wall somewhat tucked away, and you kind of gather yourselves in there. Gunther, you set up the boot camp.
Mm-hmm. And I say soul searching.
Yep.
And like I said, I'll only
Oh,
say it
fun.
once a session.
Yep. But yeah, so you set up the boot camp properly, and everything's all good. You rest there for a while, and tomorrow, as you leave here, it'll take you probably about 5 hours of travel to get to the destination marked on the map.
Fun.
So, with that being said, I'm going to go and eat some food.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll stop the recording then.